Are you fulfilled?
It depends on the day. I think that's something I think I've been praying a lot about lately, is just because sometimes you see people and you feel like you just see them overwhelmed with this joy of the Holy Spirit, and I get jealous. Why does it seem like it's so easy for them? And then there's days where I feel like that, and I feel like God is close to me, but it reminds me of, I think it was a devotion you had done about how sometimes you would come in to do a sermon and you were just feeling really far away from God, and you just felt like, should I even be doing this sermon? I feel far away from God. How am I supposed to sit here and teach people about God? And some days that's how I feel. I just feel like God is far away, but I guess there's always a purpose in that. He's just, trying to teach you that maybe you're supposed to lean into him more, and that's why you feel far away. So I guess, do I feel fulfilled by the Holy Spirit? I think, yeah, it's a journey, so some days yes and some days no, but on the days that it's a no, it's probably something that I'm not doing and I'm not seeking.
Are you fulfilled?
Oh boy. Am I fulfilled? I think that's a process that I'm undergoing. And it is kind of like the salvation process. Well, yes, I'm saved, but I'm continually being saved. I would like to say that yes, I'm fulfilled, but it's an ongoing process being fulfilled. So I haven't quite arrived yet, but I'm getting there.
Is there something you feel hinders you from feeling fulfilled?
If there's anything that ever makes me feel that I'm hindered from being fulfilled, it would be myself. Getting in the way. I believe that throughout my life there have been many times when God showed me that He has a plan for me, and so many times I have set myself above that plan, but when I allow God to have His will, I feel much more fulfilled. I feel that I am much more being obedient to what God has for me.
Are you fulfilled?
Am I fulfilled? And I don't understand the question.
Do you feel fulfilled in life?
Do I feel fulfilled in life? Depending on the day. I don't know. Some days I'm sure there's days where I don't meet my fulfillment or I struggle to feel confident in it. And then there's other days where I feel that I'm absolutely fulfilled and doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Is there something that would differentiate clearly those two different types of days?
I think some days where I am maybe spend more of my time focused on myself and I'm not necessarily thinking about things outside of myself, would be a day where it's less fulfilling. And then days where I'm not as selfish and I'm not just thinking only of myself or what I want, need, think, feel for the day, are days where I would say are more fulfilling.
Are you fulfilled?
I'll be honest, I don't know how to answer that. I'm gonna have to ask you to better describe fulfilled.
Do you find the presence of the Holy Spirit in your life fulfills you, or do you feel like you are still lacking?
So, yeah, I would say there's certain times when I'm more in tune with the Holy Spirit, and yeah, I would say definitely I feel fulfilled. But then there's also times where I'm like, I kind of forget about it. I'm not doing a good job of reading the Bible or praying, and I would say when I realize that, I don't feel fulfilled. I feel like I kind of stepped away for a little bit. So I would say being fulfilled is kind of relative to the time and place.
Are you fulfilled?
Are you fulfilled? Some days I feel that I am fulfilled. Other days I know there are long ways to go, or I'm searching and have no idea whether or not I'm fulfilled.
Do you feel like the days you are more connected to God's presence or the Holy Spirit, you are more fulfilled?
Yes. Those days are complete. And other days you're just left grasping. But you can always tell when you're not speaking with God. Things just aren't going right, and even when things are always going wrong, you can still reach out and feel that fulfillment because God is still speaking. But on days you ignore him and just think that you can do it all on your own, those are probably my emptiest and most frustrating days.
Do you feel like there's something you can do to correct those days?
I think it's just a matter of what you surround yourself with, how much you keep God at the forefront of your mind, whether it's keeping verses on your mirror in the bathroom or just whatever little reminder you can have. So even though that God is and should be in every moment of our lives, it's just so easy to get caught and wrapped up in all of the worldly things, the problems at work and at home and whatever you're worried about, and forget that God is there, he's still speaking to you. So any reminder, I think that's very much the way to keep God in your mind and to help each day feel fulfilled.
Are you fulfilled?
Am I fulfilled? That doesn't sound like a Holy Spirit question, but yes, I feel fulfilled. I feel like I have been blessed. I think my faith is a big part of my being fulfilled.
What part of your faith makes you feel fulfilled?
Security. Security in knowing that I'm never alone. The feeling that no matter what happens, I know that God will always be there for me. Security in knowing I can always go to him. Security in knowing that he loves me even when I don't deserve to be loved. Security in knowing that in the end, I'll be with him in heaven.
Are you fulfilled?
are you fulfilled is kind of like, have you arrived? And I don't feel like I have arrived at all, or that I'm at the final end of the destination. So to me, I don't know that I will be completely fulfilled until I'm in heaven. But I think that right now I'm a work in progress.
Do you ever have moments where you feel completely fulfilled?
I don't know if I would use the word fulfilled to describe what I experience, but I certainly have mountaintop experiences where I feel like I'm completely connected to God, and I'm completely I'm completely working and operating in His will, which does give a level of fulfillment for sure. I do feel fulfilled in those moments. So there are times when I think that I'm walking and talking in step with what God designed me to do, and I do feel moments of fulfillment.
Are you fulfilled?
Fulfilled. I am strangely fulfilled because in some ways we're all fulfilled, and we all have deep longings that we're longing for fulfillment. And it's the idea of a relationship. We want someone who completes us. So the Holy Spirit in some way completes us. But it still remains a mystery. At times we long for more. Am I fulfilled? Now, I have a strange connection with the world, and it could be my past, I don't know. But I feel some sense, and it could be my mom. I just buried my mom. She had a sense of contentment. She had a sense of whimsy. And I wrote that on her little obituary response thing. That in some way God made me to feel some kind of easy connection with contentment. And that one runner in the movie Chariots of Fire said, when I run, I feel God's pleasure. I feel some connection to the Holy Spirit that's mysterious. I feel fulfilled. And it's because God made that one of my easy things. He didn't make ruling, being an authority, being a leader among men, the obvious thing. He didn't make me tall. He didn't make me fast. He didn't give me luscious blonde hair. But He gave me a sense of fulfillment. I don't claim it as my own. It's given. It's a gift.
Are you fulfilled?
Am I fulfilled? Absolutely. The joy of the Lord, it continues to reside with me. Part of my call to ministry was because God had called me and has led me. And by fulfilling that call to ministry, I am truly fulfilled, doing the things that God has called me to. There have been times in my life when my life didn't feel as fulfilled. Now, there are times when sometimes it feels like we are in the desert, but God is still with us. The Holy Spirit is with us and continuing to nourish us and to give us strength during those times. But yeah, I am absolutely fulfilled.